up there was we'll know by Christmas about win total. Could you just elaborate a little bit on that and kind of what your belief is with that comment?
That particular question, the answer that I gave to it was basically what I meant was I don't have the answer to that. I don't know that many people do, but I do know this, that by Christmas we'll know probably the answer to that, and I think that's fair enough to say.
I know you won't publicly say, but do you have something in your head that's a goal, something that you want to attain, or is it just strictly a game-by-game basis?
But I think the best way to say it is that any of those ideas, they will not change the way we prepare. They won't change the way that we game plan. They won't change the way that we study opponents. They're not going to change the way we do business. Those ideas are not something that we're going to spend a lot of time on because it really doesn't help us. I think one of the other things is that we have a great opportunity in front of us to be able to let that thing end in the right way, regardless of what the thoughts may be by anyone towards Christmas. So I know this, it doesn't matter whether I was in this situation that we're in currently or my situation was differently, we'd still know something by Christmas. It doesn't matter. You can apply that to just about anybody. So we got to stay focused. We got to stay focused on doing things right, game plan, making sure that we're getting our kids ready to go, which is what we put an enormous amount of time into at this point.
With the switch in athletic director, do you sense any more outside noise that you might have to try to get the guys to tune out of more than any other year you've had?
I haven't. Our kids are very focused, and they have a lot of experience now. I think that is something that they've been able to draw on as they go through different things in their time here. And these changes, a lot of the guys that are on our team, they haven't really gotten to interact with an AD on a lot of occasions. So I'm not sure that a whole lot of them really understand how an AD can truly help you and help a program. And I think that's something that we're excited about seeing what Jeff Long is going to do to help this entire athletic department. I know our kids, understand that part of it, but I'm not sure they understand much more of that. They understand getting ready for this season.
Did you get a chance to watch it? I know you're on vacation, but did you fire up a laptop and watch his introductory press conference?
Absolutely. I mean, he is the new leader of our athletic department. He is a guy that comes with an enormous amount of experience and respect. I've talked to him about, one of the great conversations I look forward to having with him one day when we have a little bit of time is just that experience of sitting on the college football playoff committee and sharing that thing. Being able to talk to him about that experience, that's something selfishly that's pretty interesting because not many people have been inside of that. So for him to be a part of the first one, it's a pretty slick deal. But obviously watched it and obviously very attentive to his comments and what his vision was. And one of the things that I've always believed is vision pulls you, and just to hear his vision is something that is always going to be important to me because I feel like when people have a plan and their vision pulls them, you can see the progress. You can see the progress and where they're headed. So there were a lot of things that we had already talked about previous to that thing that I knew, that press conference that I kind of already had a feel for, but there were also a couple things that I found out about him with regard to his family and how much he loves his wife and his kids and his girls. We share the same passion for family. I noticed, that he loves them because when you love something, sometimes you get choked up a little bit about talking about it. That was actually pretty cool to see, because I'm that way. So we share a lot of the same values, and we haven't even spent face-to-face time together yet, but we spend a lot of time on the phone together.
What were maybe some parts of his vision you mentioned? What were the parts that kind of intrigued you or kind of got you excited about him joining KU?
You guys were all there, so you heard it. Obviously, his plan of the 3 C's is something that falls exactly in line with what we stand for and who we are. Student athlete wellness, being there in every way for student athletes safety, making sure that we're doing the proper things with these family treasures that belong to people. These kids are somebody's son. I've got Avery and Alexa, and those are my daughters, and I'm not just going to drop them off with anybody. I mean, you have got to have their well-being in mind, and I could hear his passion in his voice when he talked about taking that responsibility serious. And when you have a leader of your department that lives that, and you already live that, it's something that you love to know that you share that. You love to know that you share that student athlete well-being and their development is something that he believes in.